Hey everybody, Patrick with Triptych Canine and of course Twix. Out on a nice morning walk. And today is episode 25 of Triptych Canine's Tuesday Training Tips. And today we're going to talk about setting standards and sticking to them. So I'm going to use a couple examples. The first one is on the walk. And positioning specifically. Let's say you're on your walk and you want your dog in a specific position. Let's say you don't want their head to pass your leg. So, kind of like this. Okay? But you have an issue with your dog forging ahead. Pick a standard of positioning for your dog, and then enforce that standard as soon as the dog gets out of position. Yeah, nice stop, jackass. Now, do not wait until your dog gets, like, their shoulders even with your leg, or you're back here, or anything like that. Because what you're communicating to the dog, if you allow that, is, oh, you can go this far ahead before you are corrected and repositioned. Then what happens? The dog continues to forge ahead to that point, knowing that it won't get corrected or repositioned before that. So, pick a standard, stick to it with your dog. So again, let's use the example of you don't want their head going past your leg. The moment their head goes past your leg, so your leg is more where their neck is in between their head and their shoulder, slight correction, reposition, and that's it. But you have to get it at the beginning. Don't wait till it escalates to where they're 3 feet ahead of you and then try to correct it. Because then, again, you are communicating to the dog that it can get that far ahead, that far out of position before you do anything about it. Another example, if your dog is dog-reactive, so it looks at another dog, it sees another dog, and it just goes crazy, what's the thing you should do? To begin with, that your dog no longer gets to look at other dogs, because you know what that leads to. You know if your dog looks at another dog, it is going to go crazy, okay? You know it is going to pull on the leash, bark, just be a bit of a jackass, okay? Nonsense behavior that could potentially be dangerous. So to begin with, your dog, Twix, go pee. So to begin with, your dog does not even get to look at another dog. Like I said, cut it off early before it escalates. So, your dog, you see another dog coming. Your dog goes to look at it, correct. Boom. You do not get to look at another dog right now. Because we know that when you do, things get bad. It becomes embarrassing for you as a handler. It possibly becomes dangerous. A whole bunch of stuff can come from that. So if you correct early, when the problem is small, you stop it from becoming a big problem. Think of it like the old Looney Tunes, where you have the fuse and the dynamite. Another trainer says it, go after the fuse, not the explosion. I believe it's Sean O'Shea. Pretty much, why wait until there's an explosion to try to handle it? Instead, go after the fuse. If you stop the fuse, the small thing leading up to the giant explosion, then you stop the explosion. So once again, set a standard for your dog, enforce that standard. And that's really it. That is dog training and teaching your dog what is and is not acceptable behavior. Setting a standard, enforcing the standard, and correcting small infractions so they don't lead to big ones. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Get out there, train your dogs, and have some fun, because training never ends.